I hope you can hear me properly and I am audible to you. Just checking my YouTube feed, and we are going to continue with our next session in the course in the previous year course and previous year questions course. And this is the next question that we want to do first for today. This is the first question for today. You can try to solve this. And for every question that I want to show you, I'll give you a couple of minutes to solve this. Think about this question, and then I'll try to show you as usual. I'll try to show you multiple ways of solving this question. So 2 minutes for this question to start with. I want you to try this question first, and then we will start discussing the solution of this. Right, so I've given you approximately 1.5 minutes now. So half a minute more. Think about this question. Okay, so if you look at this question, what the question is saying is a class consists of 20 boys and 30 girls. In the mid-semester exam, the average score of the girls was higher than the boys. In the mid-semester exam, the average score of the girls was 5 higher than that of the boys. This is the starting point in the question. तो इससे करना क्या है कि basically if I'm thinking variables here, I can basically think of this in this form that if I take the average of the boys as x, then the average of the girls will become x plus 5. Let me just clear this from my last session. So if I take the average of the boys as x, the average of the girls becomes x plus 5. In the mid-semester exam, and there are 20 boys and 30 girls. So if you have built your anticipation ability in maths, तो तुमको ये देखना चाहिए कि यहाँ पे क्लास का एवरेज वो वेरिएबल है जो यहाँ पे निकल सकता है इस सिचुएशन से. अगर तुमको ये इन्फॉर्मेशन है 20 boys 30 girls with an average of x and x plus 5, you can take out the class average. This is something which is visible at this point before you read further in the question, because ये सिचुएशन का आउटकम है. और क्लास एवरेज अगर निकालना है तुमको तो उसको निकालने के दो रास्ते हो सकते हैं. एक रास्ता है 20x प्लस 30 टाइम्स x प्लस 5. क्योंकि ये क्लास का जो एवरेज होगा वो वेटेड एवरेज होगा. इट बी वेटेड एवरेज 20x plus 30 times x plus 5 divided by 50. So you'll get 50x plus 150 ऊपर में. On top you get 50x plus 150 divided by 50. So you get the class average as x plus 3. Now, if you are going to do it, I mean, why are we finding the class average? अभी at this point while reading the question, अभी हम लोग इसी point तक पहुँचे. We have just reached this point of the question. और इस point of the question में there is no trigger yet. The question is not telling us to find the class average at all. There is no trigger for the class average. So why are we finding the class average here? तो reason for that is that इस situation में class average निकल रहा है. तो इसको अगर एक different principle से connect करते हो, if you connect this to a different principle of maths, which says of solving maths, which says that you only do as much as the question requires you to do, or the question asks you to do. Unless the question asks you to do something, you don't do that. तो अगर ऐसा केस है तो ये वाला कैलकुलेशन हम लोग को अभी नहीं करना चाहिए. We should not do this. 2x plus 3. Get into x plus 3 I should not do right now because this is an unnecessary calculation at this point. But if you use a different method, the method of alligation, so what you will realize is that यहाँ पे you have got the average of the boys is x and the average of the girls is x plus 5 and the ratio of number of students is 2:3. तो इस केस में without any calculations, naturally through the use of alligation you get x plus 3 as the average. So यहाँ पे there is no step involved. This is just a reaction to the situation. And whatever reactions come to the situation, you should do it then and there. So this is an example of a situation where alligation will help you, because if you do not react with this method here, इस method से अगर तुम react नहीं करते हो तो यहाँ पे in this question, at this point of the problem, the part of the problem where I've made it red, so till this point of the problem you will not have discovered the class average in this case, and you would just be at this point of the solution and not know this value. And as I said, if you have to calculate it the way I calculated with 20x plus 30x plus 5 divided by 50, अगर वो calculation तुमको करना पड़ेगा class average निकालने के लिए, तो then it's better that you don't do that calculation here. You wait for the question to tell you that. So there are only two ways you could have reacted to this question at this point. One way you could have reacted to this question at this point was कि okay, x plus 5 20 30 छोड़ देते, आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे let's read ahead. And the other way is that if you can see the allegation here, you will be able to know x plus 3, and that's reactive. It's not stopping your reading also. It is happening within this reading time frame only. So you already have x plus 3 with you, and then you move on to the remaining part of the question. So where does the question take you? The question says, in the final exam, however, the average score of the girls dropped by 3 while the average score of the entire class increased by 2. तो जब ये बात बोली जाती है तुमको कि गर्ल्स का एवरेज स्कोर 3 ड्रॉप किया और एंटायर क्लास का एवरेज स्कोर 2 इंक्रीज किया, when you are told this, that is when you realize कि okay, this is since specifically this part of the question talks about average score of the entire class as a trigger here, तो इस point पे तुमको average score of the entire class निकालना पड़ेगा पिछले केस में भी. अब तुम ऐसे करो ये रियलाइज करके, या फिर वो 20x से करो, दैट्स अप टू यू. 20x प्लस 30x प्लस 5 से करो, दैट्स अप टू यू कि तुम उसको कैसे करते हो. But either way, you will know x plus 3 and x plus 5, and x as the class average and the girls average and the boys average. So if the girls average reduced by 3, according to the question, the girls average of the girls dropped by 3. That means girls का average x plus 2 हो गया. The average of the girls went down to x plus 2. The average of the class goes up to x plus 5 because it increases by 2. So an increase of 2 from x plus 3 will take it to x plus 5. And the question being asked here is, what is the average increase in the average score of the boys? So you have in the final exam 30 girls with an average of x plus 2, 20 boys whose average we don't know, and all the 50 people together have an average of x plus 5. So you can simply do 50 times x plus 5 is equal to 30 times x plus 2 plus 20 times average of the boys. तो इसको सॉल्व करोगे, दिस शुड बी 50, आई एम सॉरी. तो ये 50 टाइम्स x प्लस 5 प्लस इज इक्वल टू 30 टाइम्स x प्लस 2 प्लस 20 टाइम्स एवरेज ऑफ द बॉयज. सो इफ यू इसको सॉल्व करोगे तो 20x प्लस 190 is equal to 20 times average of the boys. So the average of the boys becomes x plus 9.5. तो क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि कितने से एवरेज ऑफ द बॉयज इंक्रीज कर रहा है, by how much the increase in the average score of the boys is. So the correct answer will be 9.5. बट ये सेकंड पार्ट को करने के लिए भी ओके, बिफोर आई गो टू एलिगेशन फॉर द सेकंड पार्ट, एक चीज़ और तुमको रियलाइज़ करना है यहाँ पे कि अगर तुम इसको वेटेड एवरेज से कर रहे हो, तो वेटेड एवरेज का जो फॉर्मूला है N1 A1 प्लस N2 A2, ये जो फॉर्मूला है N1 A1 प्लस N2 A2 अपॉन N1 प्लस N2, इस फॉर्मूला में we don't need to use the actual values of N1 N2, but we need the ratio of N1 N2. तो अगर मेरे को 20 बॉयज़ और 30 गर्ल्स दिया हुआ है तो मैं इसको 2 और 3 करके इस फॉर्मूले में डाल सकता हूँ. तो अगर मैं इक्वेशन बेस्ड डिपेंडेंसी है मेरा क्वेश्चन का, अगर मेरा क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन में इक्वेशन डिपेंडेंस है और इक्वेशन से ही सॉल्व करना है मेरे को, तो आई शुड बी स्मार्टर विथ हाउ आई यूज दैट इक्वेशन. सो व्हेन आई सी 20 बॉयज़ with an average of x and 30 girls with an average of x plus 5, what I should use is 20 times 2 times x plus 3 times x plus 5, and if I have taken 20 and 30 as 2 and 3, the number of people total is 5, divided by 5 is the average of the class. So you can see the convenience in this calculation at this point. So 5x plus 15 is the average of the divided by 5, so x plus 3 is the average of the class. And going forward, x plus 3 is the average of the class in the semester exam, mid-semester exam. In the final exam, the class average is x plus 5 for 5 people, x plus 2 for 30 girls, which means 3 people because we are taking ratios. So we're looking at 2 boys का average कितना है. So again, instead of the formula that I wrote, the equation that I wrote here in this solution can get much simpler if you write 3 times x plus 2 plus 2 times average of the boys is equal to 5 times x plus 5. तो you can clearly see that तुम्हारा calculations काफ़ी कम हो जाएगा इसमें. और यहाँ पे उतना फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा है इससे 20-30 दिया हुआ है, लेकिन अगर सपोज किसी क्वेश्चन में the question had been 26 boys and 39 girls, so it would make a big difference whether you're using 26 and 39 to multiply and divide, or you're using 2 and 3, because 26-39 also as a ratio will become 2 and 3 only. So you should always remember this, that in the weighted average formula, n1 a1 upon n plus n2 a2 upon n1 plus n2, you do not need the average, the value of n1 n2. You specifically do not need those values, but you actually can simply do it with the ratios of n1 and n2. That's what you are looking for there, right? और इसको अगर पूरा allegation से करें, this question can completely be dealt with allegation also. This is how that will happen. An allegation of 2 groups is nothing but weighted average of 2 groups. So if the logic of why we can use the ratio of 2:3 for the weighted average is because for the allegation of these 2 groups also we use the same ratio. So mid semester exam में अगर मैं allegation use करूँ, तो what's happening is that I have 2 people, 2 boys with an average of x, 3 girls with an average of x plus 5, so if I split this in the 2:3 ratio, this value becomes x plus 3, and you can see this is much faster. This will solve the question within 20 seconds itself. This is the average of the class. After that, the question says that the average of the girls drops by 3 marks. So final exam में the average of the girls is x plus 2, for 3 girls. The average of the boys we don't know, and the average for the 5 people is x plus 5. So again, using allegation, the allegation structure is that if this ratio is 3:2 here, that means this part of the number line between x plus 2 and the other end, which is the average of the boys, this part of the number line will be get divided in 2 parts here and 3 parts here. And since this is the number line, 2 parts on the left side will mean a value of 3. So 2 parts being 3, using unitary method, if 2 parts are 3, so 3 parts will become 4.5. So this will be, this distance between x plus 5 and this point on the number line will be 4.5. So to x plus 5, if we add this 4.5, we'll get a value of x plus 9.5. And that also shows that the boys' average has increased from x to x plus 9.5, which is an increase of 9.5 marks. So these were the methods that through which you could solve this question. You could go plain through equations, or you could go through allegations. So I hope you enjoyed this question. Before I go to the next question, I just wanted to remind you of the Unacademy Plus subscription. I am also available on Academy Plus with my courses. My current course is running our foundation course in DI, and जून में मेरा foundation course on LR start होगा. Currently मेरा foundation strategy course for QA and CAT 2020 भी चल रहा है, और मेरे advanced course on DI and advanced course on LR जून में start होंगे, जून जुलाई में start होंगे. So these courses will be coming up from my side. There will be an advanced course on data interpretation, advanced course on LR. These courses will be coming up from my side. So please look forward to I look forward to having some of you in my classes there. And if you want to join Unacademy Plus, you can use this promo code arun.yt. It will give you a 10% offer on the existing fees. It will give you a 10% discount on the existing fees for it. चलो अगले क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं फिर. ये सब तो मैंने किया हुआ है. ये अगला क्वेश्चन है तुम्हारे लिए. The area of the closed region bounded by the equation. ये सॉरी ये किया था हम लोग ने कल. ज्योमेट्री को अभी मैं छोड़ यार, चलो इसको करते हैं. Let's do this question. एरिया एनक्लोज वाला क्वेश्चन करते हैं. ट्राई करो उसको. I'll give you 2 minutes first to start with. Okay, so let's look at this question. तो इस क्वेश्चन में पहली बात जो बोल रहा है, the first thing it is saying is that ABC be a right angle isosceles triangle with hypotenuse BC. So let's make sense of that in the form of a picture. So the first thing you'll do is you'll make a isosceles triangle ABC with its hypotenuse BC. That means also it means that A is this vertex, the right angled vertex, because the hypotenuse BC has to be the hypotenuse. ये starting reaction है, और we know that these two are equal. AC and AB are equal lengthwise. आगे क्या बोल रहा है? Let BQC be a semicircle away from A with diameter BC. तो इसका सेंस बनाते हैं. Let's make sense of this. Let BQC be a semicircle away from A with diameter BC. So what we are doing essentially is we are making a semicircle. Let me try to plot this with my digital pen only. We're making a semicircle with this diameter, and it is away from A. ठीक है? Let BPC be an arc of a circle centered at A and lying between BC and BQC. Now let's understand this. What this is saying, BPC be an arc of a circle centered at A and lying between BC and BQC. That means there's another arc which is plotted here, where the center of the circle A is taken as A, and और ये BQC था, I forgot to mention that the original semicircle that we have got, this BQC has the center of the BC as the diameter. I mean the hypotenuse BC as the diameter. So when you plot a circle with center A passing through B and C, it would look something like this. And since its span will cover this right angle, it means it would be 1/4 area wise, or in terms of the area of the whole circle BPC, and if you plot it completely, uh, this area will be 1/4 of that area, because you are only covering a span of 90 degrees. The whole circle has a span of 360 degrees. Now आगे बोल रहा है AB has a length of 6 centimeters. AB has a length of 6 centimeters. तो AB 6 है तो AC भी 6 है, और पाइथागोरस थ्योरम से BC का वैल्यू is under root 6 square plus 6 square, which is 72, which is 6 root 2. This is the value of BC. तो क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि find the area in square centimeters of the region enclosed between BPC and BQC. The area in square centimeters of the region enclosed between by BPC and BQC. So we're looking for the area enclosed between BPC and BQC, this area. तो ये एरिया अगर मुझे निकालना है तो मेरे को सेमी सर्कल BQC minus the area of this part of the figure, ये करना पड़ेगा. तो सेमी सर्कल BQC का एरिया तो हम निकाल सकते हैं, बिकॉज वो सेमी सर्कल का एरिया इज गिवन बाय पाई आर स्क्वायर बाय 2. तो ये तो हम निकाल सकते हैं, और बाद में निकाल भी लेंगे इसको. अभी हम लोग पहले प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग पे फोकस करेंगे. द फोकस इज हाउ टू फाइंड दिस ग्रीन शेडेड एरिया. दैट्स व्हाट यू हैव टू थिंक ऑफ. ये ग्रीन शेडेड एरिया कैसे निकालेंगे? तो ग्रीन शेडेड एरिया निकालने के लिए हमको ABPC का एरिया, the area of the green shaded this thing will be the area of ABPC minus the area of the triangle ABC. If I do this, I'll get the area of the green shaded area. This area, the green shaded area, I'll get if I do ABPC minus the triangle ABC. Now ABPC is a quarter of a circle, so its area is 1/4 into pi r square, where r for ABPC is 6. So pi into 36, ये इधर आ जाएगा, और माइनस एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल ABC is half base into height, and base and height both being 6. Area of triangle ABC will be half into 6 into 6. तो ये 18 आएगा. और इसका एरिया, इसका R, जो सेमी सर्कल BQC का जो R है, since BC is the diameter and BC is 6 root 2, the radius of the semicircle BQC will be 3 root 2. So इसको अगर मैं निकालूंगा with 3 root 2 inserted for R, what I'll get is that the area of the semicircle is pi into 18 by 2, which is 9 pi. So where I end up with is कि इसका area 9 pi है minus ABPC का भी area 9 pi है and inside the bracket there's a minus, so minus minus becomes plus, so plus 18. So the minus 9 pi and 9 pi cancel out. So the area of the shaded area, the green area, is only 18. There is no pi element in it. So the correct answer would be option B here. Right? So I guess that's all I have time for today, and I will be back tomorrow again with the next session on this course. And geometry, of course, mensuration geometry become important components of your prep journey, and tomorrow the focus will be on geometry and mensuration questions only. Tomorrow I'm scheduled at 4 p.m. if I'm not mistaken, and I look forward to having you guys there on the next episode of this course. Just to remind you, arun.yt is the promo code in case you want to join Unacademy Plus. Unacademy Plus has courses from top educators across the country who are helping people with studying for CAT under through various courses. Some of my current courses and my upcoming courses on Unacademy Plus are these, and I look forward to helping and having some of you in my classes when I take the sessions on Unacademy Plus. Chalo. So with that, I'll wind up. Make sure that you are working hard. Make sure that you are organizing yourself and organizing your days in a very, very structured format. It's very easy to waste these times, but make sure that you are focused, determined, dedicated, disciplined, most importantly, and positive about your journey, and make sure that you are safe and healthy. Chalo, bye bye, see you tomorrow.